Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 8, chapter entitled Lord Krishna Shows the Universal Form. Text 43. Itam vidita tattvayam gopikayam sa ishvaraha vaishnavim vyatanon mayam putra sneha mayim vibho. Itam vidita tattvayam gopikayam sa ishvaraha vaishnavim vyatanon mayam putra sneha mayim vibhu. Itam vidita tattvayam gopikayam sa ishvaraha vaishnavim vyatanon mayam putra sneha mayim vibhu. Itham, in this way, vidita tattvayam, when she understood the truth of everything philosophically, gopikayam, unto Mother Yashoda, saha, the Supreme Lord, Ishvaraha, the Supreme Controller, Vaishnavim, Vishnu Maya or Yoga Maya, Vyatanot, expanded, Mayam, Yoga Maya, Putra Sneha Mayim, very much attached because of material affection for her son, Vibhuhu, the Supreme Lord. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Mother Yashoda, by the grace of the Lord, could understand the real truth. But then again, the Supreme Master, by the influence of the internal potency Yoga Maya, inspired her to become absorbed in intense material affection for her son. Purport. Although Mother Yashoda understood the whole philosophy of life, at the next moment she was overwhelmed by affection for her son by the influence of Yoga Maya. Unless she took care of her son Krishna, she thought how could he be protected? She could not think otherwise, and thus she forget all her philosophical speculations. This forgetfulness is described by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur as being inspired by the influence of Yogamaya. Mohana Sadhar Mayan Mayam. Materialistic persons are captivated by Mahamaya, whereas the devotees, by the arrangement of the spiritual energy, are captivated by Yogamaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I seek everybody's blessings, because as the translation goes, Mother Yashoda, by the grace of the Lord, could understand the real truth. So this is a very bewildering pastime. So therefore, we also need some grace. So I seek all the grace of all the assembled devotees over here, so that I can also understand this one and I can speak only for my purification. So here Krishna, he is showing this universal form. So this is the very bewildering pastime. So why Krishna shows such type of pastimes? So that is also explained in the Shastras. It is explained in the Shastras, Trailokya Vismayakaram Kanta Krutya Dhara. That means there are 4 characteristics of this Leela. The first one is these are Atimartya. That means these are superhuman activities. So that's why it is bewildering. Because the Krishna, he comes in the form of the human being, but he is doing all the activities which are beyond the thinking of the human mind. So because of that, this is the first character, that these are always the bewildering. Then the second, that's why this Shastra quote, it explains Trailokya Vismayakaram, that it bewilders all the people in the 3 lokas. Then the second character is the Kanta Krutya Dharam. It, like the magnet, it attracts. So similarly, when the Lord does all these superhuman activities, so the living entity who is conditioned, he gets attracted to all these leelas. Otherwise, the person, he will be attracted to some other magic show or some other things. So that's why Krishna comes here, so that he is the original magician, that is the Yogeshwar. So he wanted to show his mystic powers. Then the third is, this is the chance for the conditioned living entities to go to the spiritual world, because they are enamored by the Supreme Lord's, all these inconceivable pastimes, and they are attracted to the Lord and they start appreciating the leelas of the Lord, and ultimately they start the devotional service, and they have the chance that they can go back home, back to Godhead. And the fourth character is, he wanted to declare that he is the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, the people will think that this Bhagavan, that Bhagavan, there are so many different Bhagavans. So when Krishna comes here, he does all the superhuman activities so that he can establish that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So these are the 4 characteristics what the Acharyas explain, that why Krishna does all these different types of these inconceivable superhuman activities. Then the question is, we are also all conditioned souls, so how we can understand this? That's what in the translation Prabhupada is starting, that by the grace of the Lord, Yashoda could understand what is the real truth. Then what is the scope for us? because we cannot get directly the grace of the Lord. But we can get the grace of the Lord through the acharyas. So you can understand these bewildering pastimes from the people who are not getting bewildered. So who are these people who are not getting bewildered? Those are the spiritual masters or the acharyas. So when you hear all these pastimes from them, then you can understand what is the real truth of these pastimes. So today we will see there are so many different pastimes, the inconceivable pastimes Lord did in so many incarnations. So what the acharyas tell about all these pastimes so that we can understand what is the real meaning of all those pastimes. And even in Vishnu Sahasranam, so there are 1,000 names of Vishnu. The 159th name of the Vishnu is Atindra. Atindra means he has these indriyas or the senses, they does all the superhuman activities. So therefore he is called as Atindra. For our indriyas, our senses, we does generally the 5 types of activities, that is the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Gandha and Rasa. But Lord does all these things in a very bewildering state. So because of that we cannot understand. Therefore the Shastras also explained about the Lord's activities as Ashabdam, Asparsham, Arupam, Agandham, Arasam, Agrahyam. So because of that it seems that these are all inconceivable superhuman activities. But when the acharyas explain what are the real truth, then we can understand that what is the real meaning of all these leelas. So now we are dealing with this, one of these bewildering activities where he is showing the Brahmanda Darshan. That in his, the Yashoda, she doesn't need any TV to see all the channels. But when Krishna opens his mouth, so he can show all, so many different types of TV channels. So there is no need. But this is not the first time that Krishna is exhibiting this superhuman activity. In the same Srimad Bhagavatam, when in the 12th canto, there is again one incident where he shows his Brahmanda Darshan. So there was a sage whose name was Murkandu. So this Murkandu has got one son. So when the son is born, then it is the duty of the father that he has to do all the different sanskaras. So he started doing all the different sanskaras to his son. So when the Nam Samskara came, during that time he gave the name to this person, Murkandu, on his name as the Markandeya. So all the samskaras are done, and the culmination of all the samskaras was when he got the Brahmana Diksha. But as soon as when Markandeya got this Brahmana Diksha, he left his home and he went directly to Himalayas. So on the banks of Pushpabhadra river, so he made ashram and he started doing all the tapa or the austerities, penances. So it is explained that for so many millions of years he did this austerity. So just by his austerity, so many people got bewildered. And one person who was bewildered was Indra, because always he bewildered when the other person does the austerities. So then, as usual, he sends all the Apsaras and the Kamadev and all those people. So all came over there and they created a very nice atmosphere like a Vasanta Rutu. But this Markandeya was so much engrossed in his sadhana or practice, he did not get bewildered. But on the contrary, the heat of the Markandeya Rishi's austerity, that was started burning all the Apsaras and all the people over there. So they could not succeed in their mission. So they left that place. And after that, the Naranarayan Rishi, who are none other than the incarnation of the Supreme Lord, they came and they gave darshan to this Markandeya Rishi. Then Markandeya Rishi they asked, so please ask any boon. So that time he told that, I wanted to see your illusory energy. So this is also bewildering. Because people just wanted to get out of this illusory energy. But here, this Markandeya Rishi, he did penances for so many years. But what is his desire? That he wanted to see this Maya or the illusory energy. Then Narayan Rishi told, okay, so be it, tatastu. Then they left. But after some time, he was living in his ashram, but he is always every day meditating that when that moment will come, that I am going to see this Maya. He was hankering for that. But the time has to arise. So when it was the time for the pralay, so during that time, the real tsunami occurs. So everywhere there was a water. Whatever we see, the tsunami, they are just a trailer, but the main movie of the tsunami was that when the pralay or the devastation occurs. So during that time, he got bewildered. He could not understand what to do. Sometimes he was going into the water, sometimes up. But this duration it takes for a long time. So he was just tossing up and down, up and down. He could not understand what to do. And in this way, again, so many millions of years went. So he was tormented by thirst, hunger, and all these things. And he could not understand what to do. And ultimately, one fine day, he saw that there was one island. And on that island, there was a banyan tree. And he came just near to that island. And he saw this banyan tree. And on the northeastern side, so that is in Sanskrit called as Ishanya. So he had the darshan of Isha. On the Ishanya direction, he got the darshan of Isha. That is the Lord. He was lying in the form of a baby on the banyan leaf. And what he was doing, he was just sucking the toe. Because all the devotees always meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. So he wanted to taste what is that nectar in his toe. So he was just sucking. So when Markandeya Rishi came over there, so he was enamored by who is this personality. So he wanted to see, he wanted to come closer. So when he came closer, so during that time, this boy, he just inhaled. And Markandeya Rishi entered into the body of the Supreme Lord. And when he entered, he also sees the same thing, what Yashoda is seeing here. So this baby, he is of the very small size. And he can see his stomach is also very small. But in that small frame, he can see all the universes and all the universal affairs are going on. So you cannot think that it is something like our local train compartment. All the people are congested. When the local train starts from Churchgate, there are some seats. But when it comes to the other station, it was totally so much. So you cannot visualize that the Lord's stomach is very small. So everyone is so much. There is so much congestion. It is not like that. This is again the inconceivable nature of the Lord, that they are at their own places. He can see all the people who are before the pralaya, how everything was there. So that darshan this Markandeya Rishi took. And here also Mother Yashoda saw all the different planets, and she also saw herself. So similarly here Markandeya Rishi also saw himself in there. And he was at his ashram only. And he was again got bewildered. And later when this baby just exhaled, so he came out. So the Lord shows him the same Brahmanda darshan to Markandeya Rishi also. So in the same Bhagavatam, Lord took one more incarnation. So that is the Vamanadev incarnation. So there is Aditi and Kashyap. And Aditi wanted the son. Then Kashyap Muni told that now we have to do the Payovrat. So when they did the Payovrat, at the end of that, Lord Narayan came and they told that I am going to appear as your son. And later, on the Dwadashi day, the Lord appeared as the dwarf, a very short form, to Aditi. And when he appeared, all the people could understand that he is none other than the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So many personalities came with all the gifts, and they gave different gifts to Lord Vamanadev. And when Vamanadev received all those things, then he started his mission. So he came to the place called as Bhrugu Kacha on the banks of Narmada river, where this Bali Maharaj was doing the Ashwamedha Yajna. So it is explained in the Bhagavatam that when Vamanadev was just walking, so at each every step, the load was so much that the earth was getting pushed down. So you can imagine he is a small baby and what weight he must be having. But again, he is showing his inconceivable power that at each and every step, the earth was getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And he came to this arena of the sacrifice of Bali Maharaj. And he came over there, then Bali Maharaj just welcomed him and he asked, what you want? So before asking anything, he glorified his ancestors. Like because of your ancestors like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, the Supreme Lord has to incarnate. So he was glorifying. And he told not only that, in your lineage only the Prahlad Maharaj, he came, and just because of that Narsingh Bhagwan, he has to protect him. And your father Virochan, he is also not an ordinary person. Because when the devatas came as disguised as a Brahmana, and they begged for the life of your father, but he didn't hesitate to give. He gave the life. So such an glorious lineage or the Vamsha of yours. So I am very blessed that I am going to take some things from you. Then he asked that what you want. Then he told that I only wanted the 3 steps of land. Then the Acharyas shows again the bewilderment over here. In the first incarnation we saw that the Lord in his belly, he already showed that all the 3 universes are already inside his belly. That means he is the owner of all the 3 lokas, all the planets. But how come in this incarnation as the Vaman, he is already the owner of all the 3 lokas, now he is begging. It is something like, suppose if one landlord is there, he has given some apartment to some person. Actually, he is the owner of that apartment. But if he goes and he asks, can I get some place so that I can sleep over here, then how that tenant will feel. So the similar situation is here, that Acharya is getting bewildered that already you have shown all these things, they are already in your stomach, but now you came here and you are just begging for the same thing. So this we cannot understand. This is really inconceivable. Then not only that, this person who was very short, then when he wanted the 3 steps, he shown this Trivikrama form. And with 1 step only he measured all the earth. So it is explained that all these big mountains like Himalayas, they stuck to his lotus feet like a small sand grains. So these are all inconceivable things that the Acharya is explaining, that one cannot understand the different activities of the Supreme Lord. And in the same Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one more incident, that is the Samudra Manthan Leela. So this Samudra Manthan Leela also very special, because this is a very troublesome activity, this churning of the milk ocean. So for that the Lord has to take a triple role here. Generally he takes only 1 role, but here he is taking the triple role. So he incarnated in 3 avatars. The first he incarnated as the Kurma Bhagwan, because the Mandar mountain, it was just sunking into the ocean. So just to make a basement, he came as the Kurma avatar. And when they started churning this Mandar mountain, so that time it was becoming imbalance. So there must be some person who can control this one. So again Lord took the one more incarnation, that is Ajit. He was on the top of that summit, and again the balance was done. And the third was when the prayojan of all these things was there, that now the nectar has to be distributed. Again there was a quarrel. Again the Lord has to come appear in the third role. That is the Mohini Murti. So this is the very, one sense it is a very difficult task, so that the Lord has to take the 3 incarnations. Otherwise it is very difficult for the people to get, the involved people to get this nectar over here. But Acharyas explain here that in this Leela, the laws of transformations are all changed over here. So what is that? Now we will see. If you see the potter, when he wanted to make a pot, what he does, he takes the mud and he puts in that wheel. So he also churned that mud. So when he churned that mud, then what he will get? The pot or some other thing. But whatever product he gets, so that is made up of what? Only one material, that is the earth. So similarly, the person who weaves this cloth, so he takes the thread and he puts into the machine. So he makes the weaving. That is also one type of churning. So what is the ultimate product he gets? So that is only the cloth. So only one raw material is there, that will come as one finished product over here. But the Acharya is getting bewildered that in this Leela, even in the material world, if you see the milk, if you churn the milk, you will get only the cream. No any other products come. But when the Samudra Manthan Leela was going on, so from the Samudra, so you are getting so many different varieties of things. So that is bewildered. Because as the potter, he gets only the pot, the weaver, only he gets the cloth. But here so many different things are coming. And here if you see, if you churn the milk, you will get only cream. But here you are getting all the creamy products. Like the Ucha Shrevas. it is coming, it is very whitish or the creamish in its color. And the one more creamish thing was the Lord, the moon. He also came over there. And then the Sakshat Mahalakshmi, she also appeared from that. So many different things are coming. So that's why the Acharya is getting bewildered that how it is, all these laws of transformation are getting changed in this Leela. So that's why they are showing their bewilderment over here. And next, the Acharya has explained that not only this one, if you see in this world, there are so many different kinds of plants. And some plants, they are giving very nectarian fruits. But there are in some different jungles where you will get poisonous fruits. But you cannot get the poisonous fruits and the nectarian fruits in the same tree. But here you are getting both the things. First came was the halahal wish. And next they got this amruta. So how it is that? So this is quite bewildering. But there is one tree in Dakor. So that is called as Mitha Limdanu Pehet. Because there was a devotee whose name was Bodhana. So he is bringing Dwarkadish from Dwarka to this Dakor. So during that time when he was coming in the chariot, so it was the morning time. So now it was the time for the Lord to do his teeth cleaning, that he wanted some datun. So he just took one of the branch, he touched one of the branches of that particular neem tree and took the twig. And even if you go today, that particular branch which is touched by the Lord, that is sweet. That is not neem. Again, this is the inconceivable nature of the Lord. Therefore, the Acharyas are telling that here, all these things, they are getting changed over here. So similarly, in our life also, when we start our devotional practice, the first thing that comes is the anarthas, like the hala wish. But still we have to continue, so that at the end we will get this nectar. It is something like if one room is there and the room, nobody is staying there for so long, then what will happen? So much dust will be there. But when you initially enter into that room, you cannot perceive that what is the amount of the dust is there. You think, okay, it seems it is okay, there is not so much dust is there. But when you start getting the broom and started brooming, then you can understand how much dust is there. But when you see that, arey, pehle hi acha tha, so the dust was not there, now I am getting so much dust, then if you stop that brooming, then the room never gets cleaned. So similarly, when we start our devotional practice, so many anarthas will come. But we should not stop there. We have to just continue with the process so that all the anarthas will be cleansed and at the end we will get our desired goal. And also in Ramayana, there are so many different pastimes where the Lord shows these inconceivable activities. And if you see our Shastras, like in Bhagavatam, all these Bhagavatam is divided into 12 cantos. These cantos are called as skanda. Skanda means the branches. So we can see our rishis or our sages, when they did all these literatures working, so it seems that they are the lover of the nature. So they give the different branches or the aspects of the tree to the different parts of the scriptures. So in the Bhagavatam, there are different skanda. Skanda means the branches. And in the Mahabharata, there are parvas. Parva means the knots in the tree. The different knots are there, so they are the parvas. And also in Ramayana, there are kanda. Kanda means the different trunks of the tree. It shows that they are having some love for the nature also. So in the Ramayana, there are different kanda sections. The Balya Kand, Aranya Kand, Kishkinda Kand, Yuddha Kand, Sundar Kand, Uttar Kand, and all those things. So the first one is the Balya Kanda. So if you see the Balya Kanda, Balya means the childhood. But if you see, there are hardly any childhood pastimes of the Lord. But still it is called as Balya Kanda. So it is also bewildering. So why it is called as Balya Kanda? So the Acharya has explained why it is called as Balya Kanda. So the Balya Kanda means it is not in respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but it is in respect to the audience or the person who is reading or the reader. So how to explain this? So they give an example. If you are on the earth and if you wanted to see the sun, So the sun appears like one small coin, 1 rupee coin. But is it the sun, it is of the size of the only 1 rupee coin? It is not like that. But as you approach nearer and nearer to the sun, so what will happen? Its size getting on increasing, and when you approach there, then you will understand what is how much big that planet is. So similarly, when we start reading this Ramayana, we cannot understand what is the magnanimity of the Lord. So similarly, we are in the stage of this balya or the childhood. But when we go on reading and reading and reading, then as we get the size of the planet of this sun can be revealed. So similarly, we can also get understanding of the magnanimity or the greatness of the Lord. Therefore, this is called as the Balyakanda. Otherwise, there are no any childhood pastimes. But the other Acharya explained that this is not Balyakanda, this is Balakanda. Because if you see in this Balyakanda, all the different prowesses of the Lord has been shown here. When he was even small, so during that time only he killed the Tataka, Subahu, Marich and all those things. Therefore, this is not Balyakanda, but this is Balakanda. This shows the prowess over here. So, Vishwamitra Muni, he came to the palace of Dashrath Maharaj and he wanted the Lord Ram. So again, Acharya explained that when you come and you have a choice that you can get any different material opulences or the Supreme Lord, the practitioner always have the choice of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not any opulences. So when the Vishwamitra Muni came to Dashrath Maharaj asked, whatever you want, I am ready to give. So, but he is the practitioner, Vishwamitra Muni, so he is not interested in any opulence of the Dashrath Maharaj. He told that I am only interested in the Ram, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But Dashrath Maharaj, he has that Putra Vatsalya, he could not wanted to give, but he would understand that if he didn't give, then he may curse. So because of that, he told, okay. Then Vishwamitra Muni took this Lord Ramchandra along with Lakshman, and they went there. Then in the jungle, he killed the Tataka, Subhahu and Marich, and they further continued their journey. And when they were coming, so that time there was one ashram and nobody was there. During that time, Ram asked that whose ashram is this? Then Lord Vishwamitra narrated the story of Gautam Rishi and Ahalya. Then Vishwamitra Muni told that now you are the person who are going to deliver this Ahalya. Then Ram came over there and he touched. So just by his touch, that Shila become Bala. That stone, it appears in the beautiful form of Ahalya. So again the Acharyas explain that how is it that she got this form over here, that she becomes the stone over here. So some people may say that Indra came over there and he had some bad thing to her, he touched. So because of that, Gautam Rishi cursed her and she become this stone over here. But some may ask this question that actually if you see all our senses, all our senses are governed by, there are some predominating deities or the devatas. So they are controlling all our different organs over here. And their king is the Indra. So that means the Indra is already having the control over everybody's body. That means he also got the control over the body of the Ahalya before he is touching also. Then how it is that, how we can understand that this pastime happens over here. Then some acharyas explain that this is just because of the Gautam Rishi has got so much power that was creating some problem with him. So just to reduce his power, so because of that, this pastime has been enacted. So one time Prabhupada, he went to one life member's house for the program. The program was done and later all the people were sitting, the devotees, and they are honoring the prasadam. The prasadam was very delicious. And after the program, Prabhupada, he came back to the ashram and after some time one devotee came and he told that this and this particular devotee is having some stomach problem. Then Prabhupada told that, yeah, I observed him, he ate some 25 puris. So because of that, he is getting this indigestion. So similarly here, this Gautam Rishi, he also got so much power So he could not handle that one. So there is a point that he is having some indigestion. So the main thing is his power has to be reduced. So because of that, there are two incidents that took place. And because of these two incidents, the very good results have been appeared. So the first thing is, when he was residing at his ashram, so during that time there was a drought. When there is a drought, but he has got so much power by his austerities, only his ashram, it was very nice, and he able to grow all the different things. So because of that, there are so many sages, they used to come for begging to him only. Because so many sages are coming to him, and he is giving all the charities. So again his amount of punya, it was again raising. So when the devatas, they understood that again it is getting some problem. So during that time they make a plan. They send Parvati along with Ganesh. And Ganesh, he become a calf, and the Parvati become the cowherd lady. And that calf is entered into the ashram of this Gautam Rishi, and he started eating all the grains over there. So when Gautam Rishi saw this, he came over there and he was angry. He just took one blade of grass and he just touched. So just because of that, the cow died over there. Then all the sages came over there and they are telling, now you did the go-hatya. So because of that, we cannot come and beg alms from you. So they also vacated that place. Now he could not understand what to do. Then he started doing the penances, and ultimately he brought the Ganga from the head of Lord Shiva. So that is none other than this Godavari. She is also called the Gautami Ganga. But still his power was so much. So because of that, now the devatas, they wanted to do something. So then they devised this plan that the Indra will go and touch, and he will become angry, and she will curse his wife Ahalya, so that she can become the stone. So this was the thing that the Acharyas explained, that this is the internal reason why the Ahalya become the stone over here. So similarly, our heart is also like the stone. Until and unless we have the touch of the lotus feet of the Lord, it is not going to get the transformed over here. Then after this incident, Vishwamitra Muni, he took Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman to Janakpuri. So they came to the Janak Maharaja's place over there. And on the second day, Vishwamitra Muni met Janak Maharaj, and he told, I brought these two young boys, Ram and Lakshman, and we have heard that you have got this big bow, very famous bow, and they wanted to see this one. Then Janak Maharaj told, okay, I will show that one. And he told some servants to bring that big bow. And he told about that bow also. So this is the Shiva Dhanush. And he told that this is given by Lord Shiva only to my ancestor, whose name was Devarat. And from that time onwards, all my ancestors, they are just worshipping this, the big bow of Lord Shiva over here. And because my daughter, she is also having inconceivable power, because she is Ayonija. Because when I was plowing the field, during that time I got her. So I wanted that the person who string this bow, so he will be able to marry my daughter Sita. Then Vishwamitra Muni told that, okay, now Ram will try. Then Ram, he came and he took that one. And this Dasharath Maharaj, before he was explaining that, before this one there are so many people. Even the Devatas also came and they tried, but they could not do anything. And I think the small teeny human being, he can just move this one. This is not possible for the human being to move also. He was just telling like that. But when Lord Ramchandra came over there, when he touched that one, he just lifted that one. Just like the small boy, he can just lift a lotus flower like that. And then he stringed that one. And before the stringing only, it broke. So that was again the inconceivable power of Lord Ramachandra. And then the marriage took place. Not only Ram, but the Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan, everyone. And then the marriage party was just coming towards the Ayodhya. So during that time, Dasharath Maharaj was talking with Vasishtha. And he told that I am seeing so many bad omens here. I don't know what is going to happen. But Vasishtha Muni told to Dasharath Maharaj, you may be seeing so many bad omens, but I am seeing some good omens also. Therefore, don't worry about that. So the caravan they went ahead. And after some time, they could see that there is a big hurricane type thing is coming. just in front of them. So much dust is coming, storm is coming. They could not understand what is this. Then Dasharath Maharaj could understand that there must be again some problem. And from that dust, there appeared one personality who was holding an axe on his one shoulder and the bow in his hand. So he came over there. Then the Vashishta and other the Munis, they were there and they could understand that who is this personality. Then they told that, oh, this is Parashuram. And they are discussing among themselves, all the sages, that we heard that this Jamadagni's son, he wanted to take the revenge because Jamadagni was killed by the Kshatriyas. So he wandered 21 times all over this planet. But we heard that after wandering 21 times, now he left all this killing business and he gave all the land to Kashyapa Muni, and now he went to the Mahindra Parvat and he is having a very peaceful life. But we don't know why he is again coming here in this position. So they could not understand what is happening. So they are just bewildered, they could not understand. So during that time, Parashuram, he came straight forward. And during that time, Dasharath could sense that now he may harm my sons. So he wanted to stop Parashuram. But Parashuram was very unstoppable personality. He came and he came direct to Lord Ramachandra and he started talking with Lord Ramachandra. He told, oh Raghunandan, I heard that you have broke one great bow that is made up of Lord Shiva. So congratulations for that, because this is very inconceivable activity. This is very superhuman activity. But Parashuram told that, but that is not sufficient. I have got one more bow. So he showed this is the Vishnu bow. So this is greater than this Shiva Dhanush. And he narrated the history of this Shiva Dhanush and this Vishnu Dhanush. He told that all these both bows, that is Shiva Dhanush, which is called as Pinaka, and this Vishnu Dhanush, which is called as Sharanga, both were made by Vishwakarma, who is the architect of the Devatas. And the Shiva Dhanush, that is the Pinaka, that has been given to Lord Shiva because he wanted that one to kill this Tripurasura. So for the Tripurasura Samhar, he used this Pinaka, and so that was the Shiva Dhanush. And the other thing that has been given to Lord Vishnu. And one time there was a discussion among all the demigods that who is great, Lord Shiva or Lord Vishnu. So they put forward this question to Lord Brahmaji. Then Brahmaji told, okay, now let us have a test. Then he told Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu also that you both of you come and you show your prowess. Then Lord Shiva, he came with his Shiva Dhanush, and the Lord Vishnu, he came with his Sharanga bow. But it is explained that when Lord Vishnu came and just stood forward in front of Lord Shiva, and he only did Hunkara, he just uttered Hum. So just because of that, the Dhanush of Lord Shiva, it becomes immovable. And Lord Shiva himself, he becomes stunned. He could not move. So when the people could understand that Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu, they are the great personality, and if they are started quarreling, then what is going to happen? So because of that, so many sages, they came over there and they told that now you stop all this quarreling business. It is not good. Then they are pacified. But the Devatas, they got the answer that Vishnu is the greater than this Lord Shiva over here. So you have broken the Shiva Dhanush, that is inferior. But this Vishnu Dhanush, this is the superior. So now you take this one and fight with me. So then Lord Ramchandra told, okay, I am also Kshatriya, I have to obey this one. So he took the Vishnu Dhanush from the hand of the Parashuram, and he took the arrow, and now he was about to attack this Parashuram. So again this question remains the same, that actually this Parashuram, he left all this killing business, but why he appeared again here with all the astras and shastras, why he wanted to fight? Basically he was a Brahmana, just because of some emergency business he becomes a Kshatriya, but now his revenge was completed. Now he was doing again the Brahmana lifestyle, but again he came over there. So that was the question of this Vashishta and all the sages they are in the discussion. So they could not understand why Parashuram came over there. So our Acharyas explained that why Parashuram came there with the weapons over there. So there was one demon whose name was Atula. So this Atula demon, he also did so many austerities. So then he pleased Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva came over there and he asked, so ask any boon. And he asked that I wanted the moksha. Then Lord Shiva told, that is not my department. So how can I give? So how can I give this moksha? Then he told, no, somehow you have to do something. Then he told, only one personality can give moksha. Who is that? That is Lord Vishnu. Then he told, okay, where is this Lord Vishnu? Then he told that now Lord Vishnu appeared as this Lord Parashurama. So only thing is that you have to take shelter of Lord Parashurama in his body. If you be there in his body, then that you can have this mukti. Then now he came to Lord Parashuram, but how he can enter? Suppose somebody's house is there, he wanted to enter, so he needs some permission of the owner. So somehow he pleased by his talk with Lord Parashuram. Then Parashuram told, okay. Then he told that, okay, you can live in my Nabhi. He told, okay, I will live over there. But when he was about to enter, during that time Lord Brahmaji came over there. And Lord Brahmaji came and he told, you can stay in this body until and unless this person, his power is weakened or he is got defeated. But as soon as his power is weakened and he was about to be defeated, then you no longer you can stay in his body. So that was the thing that Brahmaji told. But he told, okay, I am going to stay over there because I know he is the champion of the champions. Who is going to defeat him? The Lord Parashuram, because 21 times he attended so many tournaments and he has the he was the winner. So who is going to defeat him? Then he entered into the body of Lord Parashuram and he was staying over there. And now this is the situation here. Now here there are two incarnations. So it is something like in the movies, the superstar is there. Sometimes he makes the double role. And some situations are like that. The two roles played by the superstar, they are quarreling with each other. So they are again the same thing. Here also incarnation of the Lord, here also incarnation of the Lord, and both are fighting over there. So this is bewildered. So to see this one, there are so many people, they assembled in the sky also. Now this is the reason why the Parashuram came over there and he challenged Lord Ram. So when Lord Ram took this Vishnu Dhanush on his hand, so along with taking the Dhanush from the hands of Parashuram, he also took the Vaishnava Shakti. It is explained in Valmiki by the Rama that he took the Vaishnava Shakti inside the Parashuram from that person, the Parashuram. Because Parashuram is the Shakti-avesh avatar. He has got that, the Shakti of the Lord in his body. And the original Supreme Personality of Godhead is Lord Ramachandra. As soon as he took that Vaishnava Shakti, he becomes weak. And when he becomes weak and he was about to defeat, as the Brahmaji told, the Atula, he could not live over there in the lobby. So he has to come out. So he immediately come out and he becomes the target of that arrow which the Lord Ramachandra, and he shot that one. So this was the reason that the Acharyas explained that why Lord Parashurama came with all these weapons, so that he wanted to fight with Lord Ramachandra over here. And here if you see, again this incident proves that Lord Vishnu is greater than Lord Shiva. So how Acharyas explain, when Lord Ramachandra took the bow of this Shiva Dhanush, he could not string that one. So in Sanskrit, the guna means the string also, and the guna means the quality also. So here he could not string that one. That means here the guna becomes apurna. That means the string is not completed. So similarly, the quality of the Lord Shiva, they are not complete. That's why before stringing that Shiva Dhanush, it broke. But for the Vishnu Dhanush, he can able to string that one. That means here the string or the guna or the quality, they are complete. Therefore we see, our Acharyas also explain, Lord has got all the 64 qualities and Lord Shiva has got 55 qualities. So this also incident explains that Lord Vishnu is the greater personality. And again, Lord Ramachandra, then after this one we see in the Aranyakand, the Sita was kidnapped by the Ravana and they were in search of Sita, and they came to this Jatayu. when he came to the Jatayu, he could not understand that this person helped Sita. But he came over there and he wanted to kill Jatayu. And during that time, Jatayu told all the narrations that what happened. This Ravana came and he took your wife Sita to Lanka. So I wanted to save your wife Sita, but I could not because I was very weak and I am old and I could not have any weapons in my hand. So because of that, he cut my wings and now I fell down on this ground over here. Then Ram becomes very much pacified. But because this Jatayu was so much wounded, so it was his last time. He wanted to give up his life. So it was the great fortune of this Jatayu that he gave up his life on the lap of Lord Ramachandra over there. And then Lord Ramachandra did this Daha Samskar, that is the final rites to this Jatayu. Lord Ramachandra could not do this final rites for his own father, that is Dasharath. But he did this one for Jatayu. Why it is so? Again the Acharyas explained. So one time when Dasharath Maharaj was there, he wanted to help these devatas. So he went to one of his celestial planes, that is the Pushpak, and he went to the Devalok and he took part in the party of the Devas and he was attacking the Rakshasas over there. And in the course of this battle, he was about to just fell down from the plane. So during that time, Jatayu came over there and he just helped Dasharath Maharaj from falling. So because of that, Dasharath Maharaj becomes very much pleased with Jatayu. And then Dasharath Maharaj asked, you saved my life, so please ask any benediction. Then the Jatayu told that, your son will become my son, so please give me that benediction. So because of that one, the Dasharath Maharaj, he could not take the final right for himself, but he gave that chance to this Jatayu over here. And again here we see this Lord Ramachandra, he is showing this inconceivable nature over here. If you see this Jatayu, he did not do any type of yoga. He did not do any karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga or bhakti yoga. Why? Because it is not born in the species where he can do any practice of this karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga or the bhakti yoga. But still Lord Ramachandra helped him that he can get the final destination, that is the moksha, the final one. And also the Shastra explained, if the person is killed by a Brahmana, then that person, he never gets this mukti in this life. So this Jatayu, it was killed by the Ravana. So Ravana was the Brahmana. He was the Brahmana Putra. So because he was killed by the Brahmana, according to the Shastras, the Jatayu should not have got any, the Sadgati or the perfect destination. But still Lord Ramachandra overruled this one and he gave the final destination. So this is all the inconceivable thing. And to get this moksha marga in one's life, this is very difficult. There are so many paths. If you wanted to find out the path to this Delhi or Calcutta, it is very easy. You can find out somehow. But to get the path for this final destination or the moksha, so this is the very toughest path. So Lord Ramachandra, he not only showed this Jatayu, this moksha marga, which is the very toughest one. The toughest marga he could understand and he can show this one to Lord Jatayu, but he could not understand the path which Ravana took Sita to the Lanka. So this is most bewildering. That's what the Acharyas explain. So in this way, there are so many different bewildering pastimes of the Lord. But ultimately, why he is doing all those things? So that ultimately he can take everybody. And in the final, the pastime of the Lord Ramachandra also, he did the same thing. So when he entered into the Saryu river, so during that time, Lord Brahmaji came over there and he told, whoever is living in this Ayodhya, they just enter into this Saryu and they will get the perfect destination. So it is explained that during that time there are so many trees and worms and so many things. Everyone entered into the Saryu. And these people also, they never did any bhakti or anything. So what was their fortune? Their fortune was they are just staying in the Ayodhya. So and they got this great destination. So the Lord Rama's, this planet is called as Saket Dham, And in the outskirts of the Satyakit Dham, there is a place called as Santanika Lok. So all these people, they entered into this Santanika Lok over there. So that is the greatness. So similarly, Prabhupada also established this ISKCON, and he told us only one instruction: you just stay in ISKCON. So similarly, we also have to stay, as all these creatures, all these things, they stayed in Ayodhya. So similarly, we have to stay in just in ISKCON. So when the time comes, so during that time, we will also achieve our final destination. Hare Krishna. We'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.